Right, it's time for some more Part 2 speaking practice for the B2 First Cambridge exam. Let's go! In Part 2 of the Cambridge B2 First speaking exam, you will be given 2 pictures. It will be your job to talk about the pictures for 1 minute. You will need to compare the pictures and also answer a question about them. So then, let us start with our first example. I am going to show Monica 2 pictures with a question for her to discuss. What? Monica will compare the pictures and answer the question in 1 minute. Afterwards, we will talk together about what made Monica's answer so perfect. Wait a minute, Mr. Toby, I'm not ready. Monica, here are your pictures. They show people using phones in different situations. I would like you to compare the pictures and say why you think the people are using their phones in these situations. All right? Okay, so the first picture looks like a professional situation because the woman is dressed smartly, so she's like totally a boss bitch. I think the woman must be at work. She's using her tablet at the same time, and I think she could be using her tablet to write notes. She might be talking to a client and writing down important information like what they want from her company or something. Or she could be talking to her boss and keeping a record of what she needs to do. The second picture is a completely different situation. The girl is using her phone on her sofa and she is lying down. So this is a more relaxing environment. She might be using her phone to chill out after school or something. Like she might be scrolling on social media or talking to her friends. On the other hand, she could just be bored. Like, I know that when I have nothing to do, I just sit there and I scroll for hours and hours and hours on TikTok. So she could be the same as me. How did I do? Did I do good, Mr. Toby? I'm great, aren't I? Notice how the question here requires you to speculate about the present. Why do you think these people are using their phones? Many students to do this will use words and expressions like I think, maybe, or probably, but these are simple. Instead, if you want to speculate about the present, then you should do what Monica has done. You should use modal verbs. When Monica was sure about something, she used the modal verb must. I think the woman must be at work. When she was talking about a possibility, Monica used the modal verb might. She might be using her phone to chill out after school or something, like, and she used could. Or she could be talking to her boss and keeping a record of what she needs to do. This is considered complex grammar, and it is exactly what the examiners are looking for. So make sure you avoid simple phrases like I think and maybe and possibly and probably, and instead use the modal verbs. Okay then, let's move on. Let us take a look at another example, this time Duke. It will be your turn to talk about 2 pictures.
Will there be any women in my pictures, Toby?
Oh my god, Mr. Toby, ew! Okay, if you want.
Oh, good, just checking. I like pictures of women.
Duke, here are your pictures. They show people doing different hobbies. I would like you to compare the pictures and say why someone might choose to do these hobbies. All right?
Oh, okay then, let's go. Oh, wow. The girl in the first picture is very beautiful. I could look at her all day. Oh, and she's reading a book. I think someone might decide to read a book because it's a relaxing hobby. It does not require movement or anything like that, and it's something you can do alone. As a result, I think it's a great way to unwind. That's a good word, isn't it, Toby? Unwind. Reading can also be a good way to learn new information, if it is a non-fiction book, and also a way to escape from reality, if it's a fiction book. So, yeah, in the second picture, there is an older woman, but there's nothing wrong with that. And she is in the garden. She is, well, she's working in her garden, and this could be a great way to get exercise and keep in shape. It is a solitary activity, like reading, but this hobby can be done outside. Therefore, it is a way to get some fresh air too. Oh, okay, I'm finished, Toby.
Wow, okay. Thank you, Duke. Now, during this example, Duke had a little problem. Tell me if you can spot it.
She is in the garden. She is, well, she's working in her garden.
Here, Duke was looking for the word gardening, but he forgot it, or he simply didn't know it. But did this impact Duke's ability to deal with the task? No. He simply found another way to express the same idea and moved on. And this is exactly what you should do if you cannot find a specific word. However, Duke did use some top-notch vocabulary related to reading and gardening. He said fiction, non-fiction, escape from reality, fresh air, keep in shape. You need to do this too. Try to use specific vocabulary related to the images. Do not use general vocabulary and general phrases that would work for every situation. For example, I hate it when students say the people are spending their time because they're enjoying spending their time and they like spending their time together because it's a good way to spend their time. Oh my gosh, who are these people and why are they spending so much time? It drives me crazy. But please try to keep things specific. Now let us turn to Bruce. Of course. Bruce, are you ready?
I was born ready, Mr. Toby.
Bruce, here are your pictures. They show people concentrating. I would like you to compare the pictures and say why it is important to concentrate in these situations. All right?
Right, so picture one shows two children playing video games and they look as if they're taking the game very seriously. Like, I think they must be competing against each other. They might be playing a racing game or a fighting game or something. Anyway, it's important to concentrate in this situation because video games require quick reflexes and reactions, and if you make a mistake, you could lose the game. However, I don't think it's that important to concentrate because it's a video game. It's supposed to be fun, not like a difficult task. In the second picture, we can see a pilot flying a plane, I think. And this situation is a lot more serious than the first situation because making a mistake could be the difference between life and death. So, of course, it's much more important to concentrate when you're flying a plane than it is when you're playing a video game. You're also being paid to concentrate here. So, if you don't concentrate, you could crash the plane, die, and then lose your job. Oh, and that would be terrible. It's awful, just awful.
Now, please remember in part 2 of the B2 First speaking exam, you should not be spending a lot of time describing the pictures. No, your focus should always be on the question. However, a little bit of description is okay if it is related to your answer to the question.
They look as if they're taking the game very seriously. Like, I think they must be competing against each other.
For example, here Bruce describes the children playing video games, but only to introduce the idea that they are competing. And then he links this to the question about concentration. This is what I mean. This is where description is necessary. And Bruce did this well. Please do not waste time talking about how many people there are, or what the colour of their hair is, or what they're wearing, unless the question is related to hair colour or what they're wearing. Okay? Okay. Now, for this next example, the question is slightly harder. Let us see together if Monica is up to the challenge.
Yeah, Mr. Toby, this time I am. I've just realized I've been speaking English my entire life. I've totally got this one.
Me too, Monica. We are just so talented. Monica, here are your pictures. They show people eating in different places. I would like you to compare the pictures and say why the people might have decided to eat in these places. All right?
Okay, ew. Right, in the second picture, I can see a fast food restaurant and everyone is dressed terribly. They look really poor and stuff, so they could have decided to eat there because they have no money. Ew. I bet it smells awful in there too, the smell of poor people and oil. Ugh, gross. They're probably all in a rush on a lunch break or something, so they might have chosen to eat there because it's quick and convenient. I don't know. Honestly, I would never go there. The first picture, on the other hand, is cute. I can see kids and adults of different ages, so they might be a family or something. Also, they're dressed so well. Like, they're all coordinated with each other, so I think they must have planned to come to this place to celebrate a special occasion as a family. It might not even be a restaurant. It could be one of their houses or something, or maybe even in the garden. I'm not sure, so like, yeah. Are we done? Okay, good. Ciao, ciao.
Did you notice the difference? While all of our other questions have required the candidates to speculate about the present, Monica's question here required her to speculate about the past.
Yeah, Mr. Toby, that was like totally hard, but I think I totally managed. An Italian person or a Spanish person, they'd never be able to do that.
So, what grammar did Monica use? Let's have a look.
They could have decided to eat there because they have no money. Ew. They might have chosen to eat there because it's quick and convenient. I think they must have planned to come to this place to celebrate a special occasion as a family.
These structures are known as past modals of deduction, and we use them to speculate about the past. If we are reasonably sure that something happened in the past, we use must plus have plus a past participle. If we think that something happened in the past, we use may, might, or could plus have plus a past participle. And if we're pretty darn sure that something didn't happen in the past, then we use can't or couldn't plus have plus the past participle. Monica did this really well, and I'm pretty sure that you, with your massive brain, could too.
Right, Toby, so I'm going to do the next one, and I've brought my own pictures.
Yeah, but you can't do that in the exam, Duke. That ruins the whole point. You've got to improvise.
Yes, I know, Toby, but I would like to demonstrate some grammar and vocabulary to the viewers. This is supposed to be an educational channel.
Yep.
Okay, so... In the first picture, the woman has got two enormous breasts.
No, we're not doing this, Duke. Okay, Bruce, you're going to give the last example. Let's go.
But Mr. Toby, I wanted to look at Duke's pictures too.
Bruce, here are your pictures. They show people spending their time in the snow. I would like you to compare these pictures and say what the people are enjoying about spending their time in the snow. All right?
All right, in the first picture, I can see a group of people of about the same age with skiing equipment. So they must be skiing. They could be enjoying their time in the snow because it's a way for them to take part in their hobby, which I guess is skiing. They're in quite a big group, and I think I can make out one girl taking a photo. Yeah, so I think it could be a special occasion that they want to remember, or they might just be getting together and socialising. I don't know what people do. I do everything on my own. In the second picture, I can see 3 people walking. I don't know if this activity is as enjoyable as the first picture. Like, walking could be their hobby, but they could also be walking because they need to go somewhere. They might be enjoying the snow if it's something that rarely happens where they live. I know when it snows in England, everyone gets really excited. They go mental. So they could be enjoying the snow because it's something unusual and strange for them. Yeah.
The last thing I want you to notice is how Bruce personalised his answer.
I know when it snows in England, everyone gets really excited. They go mental. So they could be enjoying the snow because it's something unusual and strange for them.
Here, Bruce used his own experience from England to help him answer the question. In fact, Monica did the same thing in the first answer we heard at the beginning of this video.
I know that when I have nothing to do, I just sit there and I scroll for hours and hours and hours on TikTok.
And if you're struggling to think of something to say, then personalize it. A great way of doing this is to use a second conditional. If I were in this situation, I would feel. If I were in this restaurant, I would feel. If I were in their shoes, I would feel.
Oh my God, exactly, Mr. Toby. That's what I do. I just talk about myself. I'm so interesting.
Exactly. And with that, we are finished. Those were 5 perfect examples for part 2 of the B2 First Speaking exam. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby, and this was Smash English.